Hello and welcome to a Everquest guide on multi-bind keystrokes. And this is not using any software, right? This is just using the client to when you push one button to do or they have the chance to do multiple things, right? So typically in the game, one keystroke equals one action, but when you multi-bind your keys to the same button, they kind of get fired every time you push them. And if you layer your abilities in a certain way, you can kind of go through a rotation with only hitting one button. And we're going to kind of get into that today with this is a Shadow Knight, so we're going to go through the Shadow Knight's abilities and kind of some of that and set this up. So first thing you got to do is Alt-O to open your options. This will give you your option window, and you can go over to the key section. And then you go down to right here to the select the category. Select the hotbar you want to use to multibind. And for my example here, I'm going to use this hotbar here, which should be hotbar 6. Just check that real quick. There we go. All right, so 5 is going to be my multi-bind key. And when I hit 5 is going to do something. Now, I do use ISBoxer to multi-box. These are all my characters over here that I'm using, but this is completely separate from ISBoxer. This is built into the client, and this is for a single character. Now, you can do it for a single character. You can do it however you want, but you have to deal with like the timers and stuff like that. So it just depends on how you want to do this. Like, I want to use all my abilities that I have in my multi-bind on cooldown. I don't care what order they're in. I just want to, fire them out. Classes in this game get so many abilities that you see I have a billion hotbars, and like I would fill them up. And so what we're going to do is finish this up here. So I set the first key there. So you just select the key and you set the same button. I'm using 5. We're just going to do 5 for everything on this bar. We skipped 1 right there. There we go. And then let's do 10 and 11 also. All right, so everything on this bar is multi-bound. You can go to another hotbar, like say hotbar 7, wherever that one's at, and you can put a 5 on that one too. I don't even know where that one's at. It might not be visible right now. And it'll all work the same. So keep that in mind. So set all your key to whatever button you want. You can have different multi-binds too. And in the case of a tank, you can have alternate multi-binds, right? So I have say I have my assist key 5 right now. Say I'm using ISBoxer and I'm having all my tank stuff on 4, but all my assist stuff on 5. And if you've watched my Holdridge series, you've seen how I've done a lot of that. So I'm going to also do an alternate multi-bind here of a 4. So we're just going to go through here, set all these to 4, just so that if I hit 5 or 4, everything on this bar will be activated in order-ish. I say order-ish, but here we go. So I have an assist button. It is literally just it turns my attack on and casts 1. It's just there as filler, right? So every time I hit 5 or 4, I'm gonna activate Bite of Chaos, Ageless Emanate, Resolve, and then whatever else I want to put in there. So if I go through here, like let's put our life taps there, right? If I put all my life taps, now this probably isn't the correct order. I'm just doing this right now off the cuff. So we got that. We'll put Bite in there too. We'll put this one actually before that one. There we go. Now when I hit 5, all those buttons will fire. Now I'm in Plane of Knowledge right now, so I can't really activate any of these. So if I hit 5, right, so you see like it's trying to cast that first, see how you can, if you look at the spells, right, every time I'm pushing the button constantly. So every time I push the button, it's trying to cast a different spell. And it's just trying. It's going to, it's got to get it. It's got to get it. It's got to get it, right? So that's how that works. And it's phenomenal for certain classes, right? If you have seen my other series and stuff like that, I use this now for like my Shaman. I don't have the Shaman here set up, but shaman on Verant Vi is set up to heal on a multibind. So instead of attacking, I have heals in my multibind. So every time I hit a button, the shaman will heal. And in the case of the Shadow Knight here, every time I hit 4 or 5, he's going to do an attack. He's going to do some kind of taunting attack, life taps, and I'll probably put the spear in there, and all these other ones. The AoE ones I don't put in because one, multi-binding AoE abilities can lead to certain situations where you're dying. And I keep those out. I like to manually do any kind of AoE taunting myself. And the same works for the mage. The bard, not a really multi-bind friendly class, since they have to have the melody up and certain abilities break a melody. But with the mage, you can do the same thing. Like here, I don't have her keys bound, so let's do that real quick. So go here, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now I want the damage on 5, and I want non-damage, so like the shaman will be on 4 and 5, and the Shadow Knight's going to be on 4 and 5. And so we can just put all these abilities on here, right? Like the mage has like 3 hotbars full of just combat activated abilities outside of spells, and you just throw them all on a bar. I like to do gather on cooldown, and that should be good. So, oh yeah, we need twin cast, of course. So we're gonna put twin cast first, and we'll just cycle all these spells, put them back like that. So there we go. We got a nice little multi-bind going for the mage now. And so 5, X target 19. I set all my characters up the same way with extended target. So X target 19 is always what I'm assisting to a kill. I send my pet on. I send my I hit turn attack on. I send my pet, and I cast 1. Cast 1 is cast twin cast, but is the first thing in the multi-bind. That's just to have something in this button so it works better. I don't know. Bad issues. But I do turn attack on, and like sometimes I like to, here's turn, since I'm using IS Boxer, and you don't need IS Boxer to do multi-binds. That's just how I multi-box, but I turn attack on so they will attack, and I make sure all of their abilities will turn attack on. And if I'm fighting in melee like so, they will attack the target like so. So just you know, something to keep in mind, worth putting on a key to do there with that. But I think that's really it about the multi-binds, right? Now it goes, you can go in like in each class video that I make, I kind of go into the specific details. Now, this is a fresh, heroic level 100 character I made on Dreddle, and he's not fully fleshed out. I'm actually power leveling him with my Necromancer, so he's not 100% fleshed out yet, but I wanted to start setting up his keys and abilities and stuff like that, and I had gotten a few requests for a video about how to set this up, so hopefully this answers that question. If you want specifics, multi-bind setups, like, you know, the rotation, if you will, that I use for certain characters, I would watch the setup guides that I create for each class at every 5 levels. So now Shadow Knight doesn't have one yet, but at 105 he will have a setup guide, which I should have all this laid out in a better way, ability wise, that I'll be using. But the key gist of this is that I can just sit here, I can hit 5, like I'm gonna target this, right? So now they're all doing stuff, right? Because that's IS Boxer, because IS Boxer allows key repetition into each window. Now using multi-binds from the client of Everquest allows me to have a rotation that I can kind of configure, right, by setting all these different abilities on the bar, and it will just go through each one and activate them. Now, the cool thing is about these life taps and stuff is they're on different timers. I don't know if we can see that on some of these spells right here. It doesn't show the recast time, but some of these have different timers, like recast times, right? So, but each of the abilities has different timers that go off at different times. So the recast times can be like 5 seconds, 2 seconds, you know, instant recast. And so you just have to stagger these in a certain order, and you'll maximize that to the best ability of that class. And I cover all that in the specific guides. But here we go. That's just a quick video on how to set up multi-binds and how to kind of use them. We'll go into more detail here in each of the class videos for each of these classes. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.